What is up, Pally? How are you,
Hey,
buddy?
I'm great. I'm okay.
I mean, look,
I,
I'm barely here. As you know, I'm a huge Clippers fan. We are right before Game 5. I mean, it's been this series has been a nightmare for me. That's where I'm at. I
I
mean,
mean,
as a Knicks fan.
oh God, I feel your pain immensely. I mean, but I guess the real question is like, is Kawhi's knee like what's is this just a big smoke screen so that they can't plan for it? But the truth is that
Yes,
Kawhi's ACL is blown out.
I don't think it's blown out. He doesn't have a limp. He would have gotten surgery. He's very concerned about his body. But here's my thing with Kawhi. Like, if the doctor was like 12 to 15 days, you don't play on that knee. He's not playing until like day 16. Like I
Right.
feel like that's where he's at. So and by the way, great. I'd rather have like Kawhi at full strength. But what sucks about this series, and sorry, no one cares about this besides me, but is that
No,
we lost
I'm
Zoo,
so
we lost
interested.
our center. Our center has a sprained MCL. Kawhi is out. Serge is out. Batum has been playing with a busted knee. Rondo is a busted knee. Like our whole team fell apart. We're still outscoring the number 2 team in the division, but we're losing in the final fucking seconds. It's driving me crazy. Not that we could do anything, but we're just like and Paul George has played like 150 minutes more than the most than the next person who's played the most minutes in the NBA. It's crazy.
I think this year is just a wacky. I feel like the injuries. It's kind of a story that people have been like not talking about in the NBA, but something happened with this schedule.
Yeah.
And it was a mistake. Whoever made it, whoever crammed these many games in a row to get COVID's effects back, to make the money back that they lost, really did a detriment, because you're talking about like at least half of the top 20 players in the league ending their season early for injury.
The fact that the Nets aren't in the Eastern Conference Finals is just like, speaks volumes, only because they're amazing and they only were KD. I mean, that was it. Like,
I think next year is going to be it's like things will fall back into place. Like, I feel like the Nets will win like 70 games next year and like walk to the title, and everyone will be like, oh, right. Like, that's how normal basketball. Like, if you have the 3 best players in the league, that's how it
just
happens.
like take some breaks here, people. I mean, the Clippers have not had a day. They've played every other day for a month. Like, that's just like, it's just impossible. I mean, it's like they're not robots. Like, of course they're getting injured. And it's like Trae Young gets injured last night. Like, after
it sucks.
Like, just it sucks. It's like who? Yeah. I mean, and it will be great. Like, it will be the Bucks and the Suns. God bless. But it's like, it's a bummer when you can't even like. I think I've talked to a lot of Suns fans who are very excited, to beat us, but also like it's not as sweet when you're not beating a team at full strength. It's like, like if everyone's out, it's like you didn't do it. You didn't beat the team. You basically beat a hobbled, it's like, like the Bucks beat the Nets. They didn't really beat the Nets. They just beat the version of the Nets that were there.
The NBA playoffs this year is like going to see Hamilton and ending up with Taron Killam when you thought you were getting Graf.
Oh, and by the way, and these players are great. Look,
yeah, Taron's great. Taron's great. It's like I thought I was getting Graf.
Yeah, you want look, I mean, at the end of the day, like it's. I'm gonna say that ratings wise, I think Harden and KD and Kyrie are gonna be a little bit more appealing than the Bucks. Yeah. And by the way, Bucks are great. Love the Bucks, but I'm just talking from a financial standpoint.
Harden, Kyrie, and KD, that's like Armisen, Sudeikis, and Hater. You know what I mean? And Hater.
Pull them all.
That's like your three-headed monster. And then and they beat this year Alex Moffat. they got beat by Alex Moffat.
all I'm going to say is this, and I will call it out for the final time. I travel with the Clippers to Phoenix, and not with them. I did my own traveling. But
it did sound like when you said that like that, it did sound like it was like you and Paul George on the plane.
No, Clippers have no fan outreach, and I'm okay with it. You get nice seats at Knicks games. I've never been offered anything from the Clippers games. Lil Wayne will get focused on. Floyd Mayweather will get focused on. But not me. But I will tell you this much: Billy Crystal not been to a single playoff game. The last time I saw him was for the premiere of Uncut Gems. It was Ben Schwartz, Billy Crystal, Kevin Garnett, and Adam Sandler all sitting. That was the foursome. There were two separate groups, obviously, but that was the last time I saw Crystal in the building.
Mount Tushmore.
Oh my gosh.
Well, Billy, to be fair to Billy,
yes,
I do feel like Billy Crystal is waiting for the think piece about his SNL career. Like speaking about like SNL, every morning he wakes up and he calls his manager and he's like, is anything about me in the coming up? Anyone talking about Sammy Davis? Anyone writing a piece about Muhammad Ali or anything?
Yeah.
No. Great. I'll go to the game tonight.
Yeah.
It's like
the jazz man, which he was doing pretty recently. If you don't know
isn't that his dad? Isn't that?
No, it's like it's his dad's friend. If you don't know Billy Crystal's The Jazz Man, I'm not going to pull up a picture of it. Google it. He was still doing it. Yeah, I'm not pulling up any picture because there was a time where he was going in full makeup as the Jazz Man. He stopped doing that. But when he did his Broadway show, like 100 Sundays, the 700. Jazz Man, 700 Sundays. The Jazz Man was a part of that. And after, it was not acceptable for the Jazz Man to be there.
The Jazz Man had the second act pretty much all to himself. And I think...
People are like, oof, I just Googled.
The Jazz Man, like, I feel like Billy Crystal is like if there is a bet on like the next person that puts out in the paper that like cancel culture is killing comedy, I bet it's Billy Crystal. That's
I guarantee you there's already been an article where he has said like cancel culture is bad. I mean, he just did that movie. He just did that movie with Tiffany Haddish, right?
Right.
Him and Tiffany Haddish, like I think she's a joke writer. He's an old comedian, and he has Alzheimer's, and like they make a very big thing out of it in the trailer bag, and they don't fuck because I think as an audience member you're nervous. They're like, are they going to fuck in this movie? And then the trailer's like, no. You can enjoy this movie. Enjoy it. They're not going to fuck.
That brings up a good point, Paul. And this is more like rules I'd like to see in entertainment, like Adam's rules.
Yeah.
I think let's just stop on our trailers. Like, I don't need to know what happens in the movie. Just show me the one actor and then show me the one actress and tell me if they fuck. Like, that's all. It could be two actors, could be two actresses. Just like right next to the rating, it's like this movie's rated R for extensive adult content, and the two leads fuck.
Show me a Getty image, just a picture from the red carpet and another picture, and then two boxes underneath, and then like a check. You just check if they fuck, and then we're in.
And that's all I want. And it will add to whether or not I decide to watch that movie. A do they fuck trailer. I am Matt Smith is right. A do they fuck trailer. Yes, I think a do they fuck trailer is a necessity.
Just like let me know. By the way, I was talking about this the other day. My kids, my youngest has a really great sense of humor. He's very, very funny. And like I'm saying that in the way that, yes, I'm a dad, so obviously I think everything he does is great. But he really has like a good sense of timing. And so I'm trying to always show him like new stuff to get him like laughing. And so I started showing him Ace Ventura, thinking, oh, this will be fine. And Ace Ventura fucks in that movie multiple times. I was like, wait a second.
Ace Ventura in the first, I know because I did the same thing. Ace Ventura gets a swinging blowjob within the first like 35 seconds of Ace Ventura.
That was
where he grabs the rafter and swings around. And I remember looking at my son being like,
I was fast forwarding. Like, I was like, he's like, Dad, what is happening? I'm like, nothing. Just don't watch.
Well, then, and like, forget it. Like, after that, like, started watching, and there's some, like, definitely some some parts where like my son was like losing it, like talking out of your ass is like
yes.
my son was like losing it. However, the
third act, cut it out.
is like gotta go. It's gotta go. And I stopped it like as it crept there because I didn't want to have to go through like there's like so much stuff in that third act. He's brushing his teeth and shit, like
homophobia, transphobia, everything.
It's like all of it. I didn't want to go anywhere near it. And I remember being like clicking, like somebody like, what? I want to see the rest. I was like, you can't. Yeah. You can't watch the rest of it.
You saw it.
It's the end. That's the end. That's the end. There's nothing else. He's like, well, are there other Jim Carrey movies? And I was like, actually, no, not until Sonic.
By the way, I got to tell you, Jim Carrey
Long
movies,
break.
I've tried to watch some of those Jim Carrey movies. They all are very problematic, and they're aggressive.
Liar.
Too much sex in these movies. I'm also like, I'm not a prude, but I'm also like, I don't expect it, and I feel like there was an energy where it was like, yeah, I'll be goofy as hell, but you got to make me get laid. Like Dumb and Dumber, they're getting laid. Like they're like actively chasing women to get laid, and it's not like in a funny way. It's like, no. They may be idiots, but they're down to clown. They're down to fuck. I mean, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Carrey's like leading man era, when you compare it to a lot of like the other, like Adam Sandler's era was actually, when you think about it, quite civil.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like everything
Goofy,
had
fun.
Yeah, like even like the Billy Madison like sex stuff was like, because it was like in character. He was a like a delayed 13-year-old, like. And as he grew, even like Big Daddy, like the Leslie Mann boob stuff and whatever, like for the most part, Adam Sandler stayed. Yeah, the Asian stuff is rough. Some people are writing. And I will say, like, the Rob Schneider stuff is really where Sandler veers off track. But for the most part, Sandler to women, I think, is better than Jim Carrey to women. I think Jim Carrey to women is tough.
Yeah, I think there was a moment.
In the 90s.
Yes. Look, I mean, I think I think that comedies can be very problematic as things change, but Sandler definitely, I think pound for pound, you're gonna have an easier time watching a Sandler movie with a child than you. Yeah.
Someone brought up Chuck and Larry, and that's sure. Not good.
We get it.
Not good.
No.
Good.
I mean, no one's got a clean slate. We're not saying that. It's yeah.
Hey, look, I check out my Dirty Grandpa reel. I mean, we're all working on comedy every day and learning.
Trying. Sometimes that's what people want you to do. They want you to get in there. Like, it's like, as long as you're not making it now, that's really, I mean, hopefully, you go back like Seth Rogen, I think, had a good point of view on it. It's like, yeah, you got to like, why are you holding on to these bits? It's like, yeah, that was fucked up. Move on. That's great. Like, let's acknowledge it and go forward. Like, no reason to hold on to it.
No, of course not. Which all right, let's look at the Instagram.
So we're doing something different this time. If you've never seen this show before, it's not just about basketball and analyzing Jim Carrey's old movies. We are trying to punch up people's Twitter, and we decided this week we're going to punch up people's Instagram. So they're going to show us a photo from their Instagram. Then we're going to look at their caption. We're going to see how it can help improve, because obviously we want to get people's attentions, we want to get people's likes, we want to do all this sort of stuff, and we got some great ones in here. And so Adam, I will show you what we got here right out of the gate. This is from Lady Bloodsport. Here's the picture, here's the caption. When admin asked me to teach summer camp.
Now I like this,
I like it,
but I feel like and we're gonna jump right into working here. So I'm gonna let the comments and we'll call them the room as we do. We'll let the room know we're just jumping into work today, guys.
The chat, you are the room. We're all punching these up. We're all a part.
We got to get to work now. Yeah. I'm gonna say as the guy in the room that has to keep pushing the boulder uphill.
Yeah, we got to get home. We got to get home to our. We got to get home to our families. So we got to move early. We got to. We got to go.
This isn't blue sky. This isn't blue skies. We don't have time for shoe leather. So my initial thought is that we're not using all the buffalo of this image because it's like a beat up Yoda mask. So and obviously Lady Bloodsport is some sort of teacher.
Yes.
So I would like invert the language to add a laugh. I think Yoda-esque, like.
Oh, I like that. That's a great way of doing it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what the proper wording is.
Yes.
If the
Can
room wants to
I?
get it.
Like maybe like yes. Can I? Said me when asked to teach summer camp.
Yes, or
You
like,
know, like some
yes, yes.
But
Or
here's
like,
my
yes.
issue. Like, all right, so I'll tell you what I'm thinking here because I like a lot of this, but I'm looking at this Yoda mask, and my first instinct was, oh, is that the face that she made when she was asked? No, that's her trying to figure out how to appeal to the kids. So I feel like what we're missing is that thing too. Like, can't figure out a way to connect to my summer school kids. Trying this, you know, like that, like you know,
I
yeah,
think
like,
what she's saying though, because of the dent in the
yeah,
mask, is that it's like, and the eyes are all messed up. It's like, look how beat up I am from having to teach admin. You know what I mean? Like, it's
yeah.
so. And I also will say, like, this mask is
This looks like after you punch Baby Yoda.
yes, this mask. First of all, this mask has a white woman's nose.
It's a plastic surgery nose. It is a that's a Kardashian nose. That
is the Real Housewives of what planet was Yoda
on? From Dagobah. Yeah, Real Housewives
at Dagobah. Yeah, that's a nice caption. Real Housewives of Dagobah.
I like that. I mean, I also like this. Connect with kids. I did not like that.
That's great. That's awesome. Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, I understand that she's a teacher, so it's like it's personal to her, and if you follow her, you're aware of her context. But I would like a little more Yoda, you know. So I think that's a great option.
I like that one. I connect with kids. I did not. I feel like that's really good. Let's see. That like people like that a lot. All right, let's see what else we got here because I feel like we got a pretty good. Here to make friends. I am not. Again, I think it needs to be more about the teaching. Like, I think, here to teach summer camp admin. That's not enough Yoda for me. Okay, let's see.
I mean, there's also a joke, like a thyroid problem joke because of the bulgy eyes, but that may be just like a little too far down.
Yeah, right. I feel like she didn't. I don't think that she wanted the mask to be the gag. I feel like she like the mask having a dent was incidental. Yeah, it was incidental. All right, so this is from Portable Jeff. The caption is, well, okay, this seems a little confusing, but I'm going to read like, "Look over there, bear." Oh boy.
No, I think it's "Look over bear."
Oh.
Oh boy.
Sorry. Oh boy. Okay. Look over bear. I think I mean, for Instagram, that feels about right?
I would delete this. I don't think that the image is doing much for the caption. I don't think the image is doing much for Portable Jeff. Like, that you can't go in and reshoot because you're probably not in Idlewild or wherever this picture was taken.
Yeah.
But I would go back and look at that pun because look over bear doesn't give much like the same way the last thing we did was we mixed her teaching with her Yoda.
Yeah.
I feel like we need a little bit more Jeff to mix with the bear.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like there is something about I mean, look, this is not going to be I'm not jumping into like this one. I'm like, fine, right? I mean, like that's
what I mean. Like this is not going to be a triple digit like.
Yeah, people are saying crop it better. One with the Bears. No one's asked for more Jeff.
Also,
more Jeff what is the bear?
Who did the paneling on that building?
I mean, this looks like some sort of. I mean, this looks like
inconsistent.
We were talking about this the other day. My dad decided to make his basement into a log cabin. Like they put up wallpaper that makes it look like a log cabin. Like it brings a vibe to it. And I feel like this is sort of like the same kind of idea here. Like, oh, we're doing different siding to kind of make this empty vacant building look a little bit more attractive or something. I don't know. I mean, it's Mystery Hill. I don't know.
It honestly looks like there was a fire and They just kind of put it back together.
Oh, I could see that too. Or there were windows at one point and they covered them over because there's too many meth addicts breaking in the middle of the night.
I honestly, I gotta say, I'm reading the comments, and again, like my favorite comment that's been posted is by MZFZBZ, which is I've got a fever and the only cure is more Jeff.
I read that and I like that. I don't understand. I mean, because it's cowbell is the original one, so it's not even a cow. Like it really is just saying. I mean, it just mix. It's just like we're just putting it all in at that point.
Well, yeah. I mean, because like right now, I mean, because with this.
How about this one from Molly? From Molly, more cowbell, more cowbell.
Oh, there you go. Now that is Molly's a ringer, so I feel bad throwing it in, but more cowbear is A+ stuff.
It seems like A+ stuff based on a joke that you wouldn't see. Like if you just saw more cowbell, you would have no context.
But you know what? Look at the image. What are we talking about?
Right.
Pointing. First of all, anytime someone in a picture is pointing off, it's such a fuck you to everyone else who will look at that picture.
Right.
It's a purposeful subconscious in him is going, this is going to fuck with the viewer of this image because they won't be able to see what I'm looking at. It's like, that's the art of the picture.
Right. You know so maybe it is like pointing at a more interesting Instagram post.
Yeah. Or like another statue of a bear. Like this is great.
Babe Ruth calls his bear.
Yeah. Like, there we go. That's great. That's great.
All right. Yeah. I mean, all right. I feel like, we kind of have a couple things here. Let's see what our next one is. All right. This is from our friend Jack Rhapsody. All right. So this one is, they spelled male. Okay. So these are multiple takes on the same image is what I'm seeing here. So, the picture is this insert. It says, I can't really make it out. What does it say? Insert what, Molly?
I think it says insert mail as in like an envelope.
Okay. Oh, okay. Mail. Okay. So they spelled mail wrong. Okay, sure. Don't know if insert package would be more or less ambiguous. This looks like the most uncomfortable glory hole ever. Bring it up to a reasonable height and throw some padding in there. A lot of things going on with this one because first of all, it doesn't even look like a mailbox, right? So I do think, I mean, insert packet. I mean, these are all not bad jokes on this.
Yeah, it's just angle? Like, I mean, honestly, this suffers from, again, like the last one is that without the context, you're truly like at the whim of the person taking the picture. So you could go any of these three and it would be fine. None of them scream like big banging joke to me.
This made me laugh. They spelled dick wrong. If you just took a picture straight on, that's a great joke.
Yeah, all right, so that's a good joke.
That's a good.
That's the answer. I feel like that this image has an answer.
Yes, that. I mean, I feel like that's
people are pitching more cow mail, and I feel like we have to put a stop to this.
We can't do that. Now here's what I will say. If you made an Instagram account where every picture was a pun of that joke, I'm gonna follow you. Every day is a different cowbell.
I'm begging our audience, someone make a burner account called more blank and everything more cow blank and just every image is that. I will follow it and I guarantee you're gonna get on Reductress. You're gonna it's gonna blow up.
It's a commitment. You'd have to do it like 2 posts a day, every day, and you'd have to really commit to it for 6 months. But by the way, because it's the same way that Megan Anram used to do, like today is the day Trump finally became president. Like there'd be a week or two.
May she rest in peace.
Yes.
May she rest in peace.
May she rest in peace. All right. So this one is another one here. From Noob caption: so loud, so gross. Cats of Instagram # quarantine. So cat's licking himself, so loud, so gross. Fun picture, like it.
I'm not seeing the cat licking itself. Like maybe that's just my.
No, I feel the same way. I'm like, I'm not. It seems cute. The cat doesn't seem disgusting to me. Like I need. like this, like if this was a video and you're hearing like my dog, my dog licks his paws and like it
It's
drives
awful.
June.
No, I remember it. Yeah, it's gross. But it sounds like when you're putting sauce on pasta. But I think the most curious thing that I'm finding about this and the way that I would go with this Instagram is I would simply, if you see the sports, the very kind of pathetic sports decoration, I would just write go Bulldogs.
Well, yeah.
And like Bulldogs, that is funny. You know, because like what else I feel like that would get him the likes he's looking for here, you know?
Yeah, go Bulldog. Because I think that and hashtag like whatever like I know that like Phoenix Suns is like rally the valley. Like or I would think like whatever Gonzaga's like hashtag.
Yes.
I like that.
I think that works to me.
All right, this is great. These are a lot easier than the Twitter ones. From Pambot, squirrel butt.
Excuse me.
A lot of animals in these Instagram ones.
People are really into. I guess people like. I guess that there is a strong section of Instagram that's probably every day just animals, right? Like if
it has to be. If
you're the computer taking in the data, it's like a lot of it is like selfies. Like
and I think that like also people they probably feel more comfortable taking non-selfies of themselves. Like I mean, like you know, like I'm always surprised when someone just embraces a straight up selfie, like a Sunday selfie. I'm like, oh, I kind of I kind of like that's odd, but that's bold. And then I kind of like, but most people feel like they need to find something else, another thing in there.
Another reason to do it. Yeah. But like, and I'm saying like when you break down like the things that the Instagram algorithm is taking in, it's probably like selfies. Then it's like selfies that aren't really selfies.
Right.
It's like nudity, animals, sunsets, and food.
Yeah. Food.
Right. Like what?
Yeah.
What else are we really looking at? All like sneakers.
Sneaker, it depends. By the way, when I look at my when June's TikTok is wildly different than anything that I've seen on TikTok ever. Like June's TikTok is depressing as hell. I didn't even know that TikTok had like a depressing section. But like I'll walk into the bedroom and I'll see her crying, and I'm like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "I'm watching this mother who just lost her son." I'm like, "Oof, on TikTok?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then like June will be like, "Oh, I'm watching these videos on endometriosis," and I'm like, "But you don't have that, right?" She's like, "No, but I like watching them," and I'm like, "Okay." Like there is like this level that she's on where I'm constantly in tears. Mother with cancer, children dying, people like it's just dark, and mine is like stupid dances with like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. You know.
Well, but the internet is a direct reflection of our minds in that way, because it's like everything going on at the same time. Like there's
Scheer
no
like
there's no main timeline on the internet.
Right.
It's just like all there all the time, from like all the way back to all the way now. And I feel like you can find all of that anywhere you go. Like, yeah, I do think sometimes like, what would happen if I jumped out this window? And then you're on TikTok and you're like, wow, there's a whole page about people who jump out windows. You know,
there's a hashtag for it. Yeah. It's like, yeah. And someone said, "Can I interest you in everything all of the time?" I mean,
how good? How good was that special? So good.
Oh my gosh, so good.
So
good. And you know what? For all of us, you know, you go like, "Oh yeah." Like there's also like laying down the gauntlet when you see a special like that. Like, oh wow, you could have done that. You could have been doing that.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that special has haunted me in a lot of ways, because I was like, oh, it's that. Like oftentimes you see something like that and you're like, wow, he really worked his ass off and did it. And even though that special is so intricate and like woven, and so I watched that special, was like, oh, you could just do that.
But like, you know what it is? Yeah. But it's also like, there's so much behind it too. Like it's like, you know, right time, right person, right everything. It's like, but also we have kids. Honestly, like who are
Oh
we
yeah,
fooling? At a certain point, we're gonna get what we can get. That's gonna be about it.
I mean, the amount of wires that he had in that room that were unfucked with,
Oh,
like
I
I
mean,
was like,
I
I can't
can't.
have a digital recorder with a wire just out.
I
Like
left a
that's
credit
like,
card out on the kitchen table last night. I still can't find that credit card. I have no idea where it is. I know they
oh
took
yeah,
it.
we had
I know it's somewhere.
to we had to stop putting our like Danielle will take like her rings off and put them next to
Yeah.
her bed. Like we had to stop doing that because stuff's just gone
Oh,
in the ether.
June used to give my sons my wallet to take out like at restaurants. Like, no. Why? Because they spread cards all over the place. Like this is no, they can't have that. That's a bad idea.
I would love that's another. I would love someone to do. That's what we should do, Paul. We should do our version of Inside with kids.
Just really good ideas that we could never finish the execution of.
It was like, yes, it's like so. Like it would happen. The turn of like I'm fine to I'm crazy would happen like in minute 3. It would be like everything. It would be like no, don't touch that, and then it would be like a hard cut to us be like, I'm gonna kill myself.
I mean, I'm always amazed at where I'm at as a parent, and I feel like I'm connected in with my kids. I love it. This morning at 5:50 in the morning, I wake up to I jump out of the bed and I run into my kid's room, and my son is in bed. He's like, I sprained my neck. I sprained my neck. I'm like, what? I sprained it. And the whole day he's been walking around like this. And I'm like, what do you like? And he had basketball camp today, and I dropped him off at basketball camp. And I dropped him off, and I came to go pick him up early, and I watch him running around, and he's fine. And then when he sees me, he goes, this again. I'm like, hey, what the fuck? And I'm like, how did you sprain your neck and sleep? You were sleeping in a bed. You sprained your neck. He's like, I'm injured. I'm injured because the only thing that we watch now as a fan, well, in the car, is just those DVDs that they make when the NBA teams win the championship. So it's like Golden State Warrior 2015, Golden State Warrior 2016. So like all we watch is that. So I think he watches people get injured on that. Now he's like, I'm gonna get injured too. But I'm like, you just were sleeping. You're 7. You're fine.
Oh man, we've been recently dealing with like my older kids are on an unregulated YouTube, and Drake is not. And so Drake will like steal their iPads and then tell us stuff that he watched. And we are constantly like putting it together, like how bad we fucked him up today. You know, like he will say stuff like, I saw the fire where the policeman died. And you're like, oh, okay. Where'd you see that? You know, and then you're like piecing it together. You're like, was it a real policeman? Is it something in like a Roblox? Is it like a, you know what I mean? And then you're like,
I know. And it's like, now, meanwhile, like when I did Yo Gabba Gabba, we would bring our own knock jokes to set, and they would vet them. And I remember that Jack McBurry and I got like rejected on one joke because I was dressed as a police officer, and I was knocking on the door, and I said, knock, who's there? Police who? Police, let me in. They're like, no, we can't ever show anyone pretending to be a police officer. We want to keep this, and you think like, okay, they have these parameters that they understand. And then one YouTube video or one mother-in-law, father-in-law coming over, one rental, it all goes out the window. Like my son, I came home, my son was watching a Kevin Durant movie. I didn't even know Kevin Durant had a movie where like this kid gets the power of Kevin Durant. And it was like a teen sex comedy basketball movie. And I said to my mom, like, this is not appropriate for him. She's like, it's fine. There's no nudity. I'm like, there are levels before nudity. Like nudity isn't where it starts. It's 7. Like we go a lot lower than that.
She was like, you're fine. I showed you Ace Ventura.
Yeah, by the way, it is called Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck is the movie, not Like Mike. We've watched Like Mike 1. We've banned Like Mike 2 because Like Mike 2 is a little bit too, too sexy.
Really? Like Mike
2. It was a little more inappropriate.
Bow Wow was getting older.
Bow Wow's not in Little Mike 2.
Oh.
They swap
that down?
Yeah, by the way, but Like Mike 1, some great things. Fred Armisen, no lines. The kid from Friday Night Lights, who is an amazing actor, and I'm blanking on his name, who was a bad guy on Breaking Bad in the last season. He was a Mormon in the the P.T. Anderson movie. God, I can't remember his name. He's married to Kristen Dunst. He's in it.
Okay.
It's a wild movie. Crispin Glover's in like Mike.
Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons, yes. It's Robert Forrester is the coach of the Los Angeles Knights. It's a wild movie.
Have you done the Kyrie movie?
There's a Kyrie movie?
Yeah, Nick's in it.
Oh. No. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. The basketball. Yeah, the uncle.
Yeah,
uncle. Yeah.
Something. I'm forgetting it.
We have Uncle Drew. We have not watched Uncle Drew.
I think you're gonna like Uncle Drew.
Okay, Uncle Drew's good.
I think you're gonna be.
They didn't know.
I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised with Uncle Drew.
Okay. I didn't know if that was too old for him. Meanwhile, like I vet so much other stuff, but once it has basketball in it, like the floodgates are open. There's so few. Like we are actively counting down the days to Space Jam 2 in this foul.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. It's my kids. My older ones are at sleepaway camp, and they wrote a letter before they got there and sent it back. It was like, "Do not see Space Jam." Like, wow, my God, I got it. I'm not going to see Space Jam. They both of them are amped.
Psyched. Gus is ready. Gus is ready for Space Jam. Like, by the way, did we talk about? I mean, that LeBron's exit interview when the Lakers lost against the Suns. They're like, "You playing for the Olympics?" And he's like, "No, I'm going to be playing for the Goon Squad or the Monstars. We call them the Goon Squad."
I find that LeBron is playing with such house's money that he can publicize a movie in his outgoing exit interview. Like, he might as well be like,
"You just got out in the first round of the playoffs for like the first time in your career."
I mean, he might as well have been like, "I got to tell you, our performance was a train wreck. Directed by Judd Apatow, starring Amy Schumer. I have a small part. You can find it on Netflix." Like, it's basically what he did.
I mean, it's a wild thing to just be like in that interview, like, "We call them the Goon Squad now."
Like lecturing people on the lore of Space Jam.
I am, but by the way, I cannot wait, and I'm so excited as a parent to know that we could watch it right again. Like, we've watched Raya the Last Dragon about 50 million times. I'm like,
great. Have you watched Luca?
My younger son has seen it, but I have not seen it yet. I heard it's great.
It's great. We've watched Luca about 50,000 times.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's so many.
I know Luca by the music where it is in the movie. You know that where you walk in and you're like, "Oh, they're getting the start."
I told I told Phil Lord that thank God for him, Lord Miller, behind the Lego movie, Spider-Man, Spider-Verse movie, all that, really great stuff across the board, and of course,
making history.
Making history, which is coming out soon. Are you in that?
I was. Me and Yasser Lester.
I thought this is their new thing, the animated thing that they're releasing.
No.
Oh yeah, no. They were about. I didn't realize.
Me and Yasser did the one Lord Miller thing that didn't work.
I always say that I was in the one Todd Phillips movie that didn't work. School for Scoundrels.
School for Scoundrels.
Every other movie makes $100 million except for that one.
It's insane. But you know who's great in School for Scoundrels? I feel like because Glazer.
Oh yeah, Glazer is the funniest guy in the world.
Glazer is so fucking funny.
That whole movie had an amazing cast. Like that was a very well cast movie. Was
that Scott
me.
Too?
Yep, Scott Armstrong, me, Aziz, Walsh, Jim Parsons, Glazer, Horatio, just across the board. Like really, Todd Luizzo, great people.
Murderers Row of white guys.
Not all white guys. Not all white guys in that one. Surprisingly, not all white guys. But yes, a lot of white guys. A lot of white guys. Wait, he was gonna say. I don't even know anymore. Yeah. Oh, but I tell him Phil Lord, like, thank God for you, because my kids for a long period of time only watched the Lego movie, and it legitimately was funny. So as I heard it time and time again, I'm like, oh, Chris Pratt and like Morgan Freeman are good actors. Like there is something like when you are forced to watch something so many times or listen to it so many times, like I appreciated all the intricacies of that movie, because like other movies I've just been watching, I'm like, oh God, please.
There's a movie.
I want to see it again.
There's a movie my older two, when they were young, watched every day it's on Netflix. I don't know if you can still find it. And it wasn't good. It's not like a good movie.
Yeah.
But I forget what it's called, but it was by who did the Shape of Water? What's his name?
Oh, Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro. It's Guillermo del Toro, and it's Christina Applegate is the narrator, and it's about like a guy who a kid who like goes to the land of the dead or something. It's so convoluted. However, they play real songs in the movie, and the characters sing them, like Radiohead's "Creep" and stuff like that. And I so appreciated the
Book of Life.
Book of Life. Thank you. I so appreciated the real music, and I have seen that movie 100,000 times. And if it were not for the decent music, I would have like just ripped my hair out, because there was a 4-year span where every day at 6 a.m. I was watching that movie from beginning to end.
Right
just
now,
frozen there.
Yeah, well, I'm actually excited because my kid is being into basketball. That every morning at 6 a.m. we watch Shaq and the Fool. So like all I hear is like, all right, so here we go. All right, so now just listen to that voice all the time. I will tell you a show that I don't know if your kids are too old for this, but it has been a huge hit in our house. A show called Just Roll With It, created by Trevor Moore, one of the whitest kids you know, where it's a multicam family sitcom where at a certain point in the show, a buzzer goes off about 3 or 4 times a show. The audience votes on the next thing that happens. And it is, my kids go berserk for it. And oftentimes it's like they're getting slimed, birds are shitting on them, they got to eat something gross. It's like Fear Factor mixed in with a family sitcom, and Susie Barrett's in it, and it legitimately is so much fun. And like June and I were sitting on the couch watching. It's on Disney Plus, and we looked at each other like, there's some pretty solid jokes in this. Like there are some solid jokes. Like you know, like those are the moments as a parent that you really take pride in, when you can be like, oh, I can stomach this. I can enjoy something with my children. All right, let's see here. We'll go back to some of these.
Yeah, let's do a couple more because you got to go and and drink one of those cannabis sodas to get yourself in the right mindset.
I know. By the way, those cans, that marijuana soda that is like not very heavy at all, really has helped me in stressful playoff games. It just gives me like a very like whatever happens.
I'm coming. I can't wait. Deanna and I and Drake are coming out next week, and nice. I plan to have one with you because I am looking forward to finding something that's not alcohol.
And that's the best part about it. It's not alcohol. It's easy. It's nice. It tastes great. Really good. I'll tell you the good flavors. All right. So Chicago Leah writes us, someone missed the developer call and can't get comfortable. He's embarrassed by his tardiness. All right. So this is Kat. Someone missed the developer call and can't get comfortable. He's embarrassed by his tardiness.
I mean, I don't know it off the top of my head, but I'm looking in my head for a Jeffrey Toobin cat pun.
Oh, I like that. I would go there. I was thinking about something where my thought was, cat got in front of my webcam. People too embarrassed to say anything because they don't know how I've like some version of like, they don't know if it's my cat or if I've just not taken care of myself in the pandemic. Like that, like some version of that is where I was thinking.
That's good. Yeah.
But that's
or like
long. What about this Jeffrey tabbying?
That's not bad. What about this? What about Pernley fans?
Say it again.
So it's spelled like P-U-R-R-R-R-N-Y fans.
I like that. Oh, yes. Okay. I like that. I like an OnlyFans in there.
Yeah.
How about this? I mean, this is a pretty straightforward one. My cat just got showing his ass on Zoom. I mean, like at that perfect point, I'm like, why not just drive it home and be like, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
And then hashtag Jeffrey Toobin.
Yeah. Yes. I like that. I like the one underneath it by Sleepy Julia. Actually, only pause. Yeah. That's good.
Only pause.
That's good. But I like Sleepy Julie's "I Am Not a Cat," referencing that video from that lawyer that came on.
Oh yeah, I like that too.
So but I don't know if that's clear enough. Like maybe if there's one that's like,
I promise I'm not a cat.
Yeah. Or like, this actually is a lawyer.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know if that'll get it across.
I mean,
this one
is kind of on my take, which is cat hopped on Zoom and coworkers compliment my new look. Like these are all working in the same. My cat just got fired from CNN. That's a good one here too. Everyone thinks I have pink eye for some reason. These are all pretty good. This is a nice one here. My boss is such a pussy. I mean, I'm saying it out loud, but even though it's marked out like that. So I mean, these are good. These are all.
I like
solid.
it. I like it. I gotta say, I think my cat just got canceled for showing its asshole on OnlyFans or on Zoom. Will get the most likes.
That to me feels like the best one. All right, another animal. Man, a lot of animals from Job.
I'm telling you, I feel like we're way on animals and not a lot of food.
No food. I mean, food is hard to have a funny caption for. This one says, this terrifying display my neighbor put up to advertise his garage sale. I thought it might murder me in my sleep. Okay. Too wordy, funny concept. I like that this is a real thing. But I feel like I'm confused with the way it's phrased, right?
It's also too close to, because it's like, this is my neighbor. It's like I'm in my head, I'm like, oh, the neighbor's in the costume.
I agree. I didn't think this was like a dummy. I thought this was like a real person. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, I think you're gonna have to scrap your joke and start over in some sense, because it's so unclear that like you're not gonna get it. Ted 3 looking hilarious is good, but like you're just not gonna get it across that that's a dummy.
Yeah, I don't even, I guess I don't even know if I need the dummy in there. It's like I'm like maybe it's like how not to advertise your garage sale. I mean, Disney character.
What about like
yeah?
What about like Kanye's divorce album is looking rough?
I like that. Like I do think that someone did make a good point that you would need to see fully garage sale in there. And then, maybe like this garage sale, is this an advertisement for a garage sale or just tricking me into going murdered in my friend's garage? Or a neighbor's garage. I mean, it's some version of that. I guess the sale is too furry. I don't know. I mean,
what about that? Is this too dumb? Dumb? You're telling me you don't want to buy my garage?
I like that.
Maybe it was like, you're telling me you don't want to buy my garage? Why? Question mark.
I mean, I like that. Like, I mean, this is pretty. All right, we like that. I feel like the chat is agreed that is a good one. Let's see if we get one more out of here. Let's see. All right, let's see what we got. All right. Okay, finally, not an animal.
And yet the caption is animal centric.
My God.
Going on today.
All right. So yeah, from Polywog, why aren't Willie, Canada's Puxatawny Phil, with a mask on? Because so that is a groundhog. It's just a sculpted groundhog with a mask on. I thought it was a penis. So that I thought like, okay, this is funny. So but it is a groundhog. Yeah.
It's a statue of a groundhog, and then they put a mask on it for like COVID.
Yeah. But the way that the mask is and the way that the arms are kind of faded, it looked like an erect penis.
It also looks like it has a dick with one of these.
Oh,
the way that the rock formation. A lot of dicks.
Right.
A lot of dicks in this picture. I mean, right away, like I want to make a condom joke about the mask. Like that's the first thing that comes to mind. Is like, should have got a bigger size.
That penis is wearing the mask wrong. I also thought like, Go ahead.
Like that a lot. No, I like that a lot. I think Jules is on fire tonight.
Yeah, really killing it over here. I also like Wyatt and Willie got a hard on. That means 7 more weeks of like what would be the funnier version of like winter? Like, is there a funny like or phallic Phil? They have Puxatawny Phil. We have phallic Phil in Canada, or I don't know.
Is this bad? Morning rock.
I like that. Dude, trim your pubes.
I wish there was like a play on pubes
funny.
and 7 more weeks of horny. That's horny. Not bad. That's good.
Okay. How about this one? Wyatt and Willie comes out once a year, and if he can see his own penis, winter will persist for 6 more weeks. I don't know why.
Good. They're all, these are all good. I guess my beef with them is that they're skirting by the one weird thing, which is this is a statue.
Yeah,
None of these jokes are hitting that this is a statue. And I feel like we need that. We need to know that the humor is that people like come to this. It's been built as a memory. You know what I mean? Like the Great War of Cocks.
Well, there's something funny about the idea that like Puxatawny Phil's a real creature who, regardless if you believe it or not, comes out and tells you if there's going to be more winter, right? This is a statue. Like, do we go there to mourn that character? Like what are like?
Yeah. Like, here lies the dick of Puxatawny Phil.
I mean, I like this one. I rubbed the sidewalk and this happened.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Like, at least that gives the context of the statue, because I like all the Gopher, the Puxatawny Phil jokes, but without the back end of the statue, it's like a little thin for me.
Yeah, and Molly, bring Molly back on here. Glad the statue has protection against the virus. I
like that.
I stepped on a crack and broke your mama's back.
I think that one is good. It's like, but what if it was like, I stepped on a crack and blew your mama's back out?
I think you may have to put hard cock in there, right? Or no? Maybe I'm.
I don't think so. I think you can.
No, okay, all
right. I this one is a real challenge. There's a lot of ways to go.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. How about this one? Rock hard for masks.
I think that's the winner.
Kind of feels like that feels like it pulls everything together in a beautiful way.
Yeah. I think that's the winner.
Or this one here, welcome to Canada, home of the cock rock.
Yeah, that's great. I like that.
Should we do one more? One more to see like
this is like a bad one too, is like went to visit Wilt Chamberlain's grave.
Oh, another dog.
Dude, I am telling you, the algorithm must be insane. It must be all animals and food.
I know, this is wild. I mean, and like I think there's a lot of. I mean, now I'm kind of feeling like I feel like I can't do another animal. I'm almost like maxed out on animals at this point.
Where are the things that I come to Instagram for? Like boobs.
I come for show promotion. I did post a picture today that I was very excited about, which is me and Vin Diesel in the cast of Fast 9. Which
I saw that. That was awesome. Congratulations.
That was very
so
crazy.
Cool.
Crazy charity event.
How is Vin in person? Never mind. How is Charlize?
Awesome. Charlize is the best. We love. And
Charlize is the greatest.
I'm going to say Charlize is the greatest. I'm also going to say thank God for Justin Lin. Funny, charismatic, like the most like ready to go guy. Like I was like you always are nervous, like, when you get people on a panel to do like a Q&A or something like who's going to be able to talk and stuff. But Justin Lin was like, so like I came away going like, this guy, like, no wonder he makes only like giant hits. Like he's got it. Like he's got the goods.
What's his next movie?
Fast 10.
What is that going to be, a musical?
I mean, Vin Diesel said on Saturday it was going to be a musical. I asked him, will you make it a musical? And he said, of course. So I've been wanting.
Right. He does sing.
He was going to do a Guys and Dolls with Steven Spielberg.
I thought it was Sidney Lumet, because
He made
Vin
that Sidney
Diesel.
Lumet movie.
I was gonna say Vin Diesel was in the last Sidney Lumet movie,
Find Me
and
Guilty.
Find Me Guilty, and they put a prosthetic. They did a prosthetic job on him that is so bothersome. He looks like Paulie Walnuts was mixed with Pinky in the Brain.
Have you ever seen? There's a great thing. Somebody find it. You put it in the Discord. This is a David Spade used to do a thing, and it's a real dicky thing to do, but it was lovely. He would take celebrities on their press junket and then edit together all their footage and show them saying the same thing on every show. Like, so it was like they only had the same 3 stories. And they did this one for Vin Diesel for Find Me Guilty. And it was like 8 shows. They did a montage of him, and it's like, and Lumet said to me, "We have ways. We have." And like you saw him do the same thing, laugh at the same jokes. It's one of my favorite things. I mean, and obviously, like when you're doing a giant press tour like that, you have to say the same things. You can't be always, there's only so many things you can say. But when they were cut together, it was so. I mean, they did it for Robin Williams too, and showed him doing the same improvs for Brokeback Mountain like a zillion times.
Well, I mean, that Robin Williams thing is such a crazy. I mean, Robin Williams had 8 voices, right?
Yeah.
Like 8 super racist, not hold up well voices. And he would take like a thing in the world and like plug it into those voices, and it was just like a churn through a machine until the long CVS receipt like would come out, and it would just be like filled with the one thing, you know what I mean? That was just like all these different horrendously racist, you know what I mean? Like,
look, Jazzman and him performed together. Jazzman and him were on the same stage at certain points.
Comic Relief should be we got to retroactively cancel Comic Relief. Whoopi too. All 3 of them. They're all problematic.
Oh my God. All right, Pally, this was a blast. I am going to either say goodbye to my Clippers for the year or have some sort of miracle happen. Either way,
Clips.
We'll see.
Go Clips, Paul.
Go Clips.
I'll see you next week in person.
Yeah, I'll see you next week in person. All right. Bye, everybody. See you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.